Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a few of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the US dollar index daily time frame because that basically tells us what to do on the other dollar pairs themselves. And today is FOMC interest rate for the US, and I will be live streaming on YouTube for that news event. So definitely make sure you come back at 6:30 GMT time, which is 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, to catch my latest analysis 30 minutes before the news release. So anyways, starting off on the US dollar index, I'm just going to do my one main analysis. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I have two outlooks for the dollar, but my main analysis is that this is an A, this is going to be an A, B, C of B, which will play out something like this, and then I would expect another wave down for a C. I think this is all going to be in a big ABC of B before potentially in a couple of weeks it starts another move to the upside for the big wave C. So I think this is an A, a B, and a C pattern on the daily time frame. But I think we're currently in an A, B, and a C pattern of an internal wave B. So a wave B of wave B. So taking it all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, really, the dollar is kind of drifting up right now. So we'll see. I mean, it's on the 1 hour time frame. You got to be a little bit careful with your analysis because sort of time frames can be a little deceiving. Like I've been saying, I mean, it kind of looks like this could be an ABC, and if that's true, it could just keep on going up. But on the shorter time frames, on the longer time frames, I mean, it kind of looks like this could be the A, and then this is like an A, B, C like this for the B, and then potentially back up for the C. It seems like that would make more sense for this to potentially this move up right here that we're currently in to potentially make a lower high at the 61 and a 78%, and then end up going down like this. And that would be like your three waves of wave B, right? And then this would be your A, and then potentially later on you'd start another push up for a wave C. So I mean, it definitely looks like that would make the most sense, especially looking at all the dollar pairs as correlated pairs to try to help us figure out the pattern. So let's start off on the euro dollar. We'll go up to the daily time frame. So the euro dollar did engulf up, which kind of makes you think that potentially it's going to do like what I drew on the dollar, which is potentially dollar down and this up to finish off a B. And then, maybe next week or something is when we'll get the bigger wave C to the downside. So it seems like that would make the most sense to me today at the news. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we have a Fibonacci retracement on this last push up right here. We are watching our fib levels very closely. It looked like it was already turning at the 50%, but a lot of times you'll get a turn and then it'll go down and it'll take out the lows, stop everybody that uses extremely tight stop losses out, and then it'll end up going up. That's why when I get into a trade like this, I don't put my stop right at the low. I always put my stop at the 100%. Even if that requires a large stop loss, at least you know that you're not going to get stopped out if you're right. Because you could enter a trade, put your stop loss there, get stopped out, and then be right after all. And that definitely can be very frustrating. So I am watching my fib levels very closely to see if it makes a higher low. It makes a nice little push to the upside today. Maybe that was a move that potentially will happen before the news comes out. So moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Kind of the same deal on the pound dollar. Like I've been saying, it kind of looks like maybe it did already complete three waves of B. But looking at other dollar pairs, I think it would make more sense for this to be 1, 2, 3, and then potentially down like that next week, like this, A, B, C, just like on the euro dollar. Maybe a little bit of a different shape, but definitely the same type of movement. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we got a Fibonacci retracement on this last impulsive move up right here. You would expect, even if this is a pullback, even if it just does this and it goes up and does that, and this is just an ABC pullback, you would expect to see another move up on this time frame. But if it's going to do like what you think the dollar is going to do, which is potentially go down, then you would kind of expect this to go up to maybe like one of these higher fib levels and then end up going down like that. So hopefully today's news is going to end up causing a push to the upside. So that's what we're looking for on the pound dollar. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Aussie dollar is quite often a little bit different. The Aussie is still continuing to be very strong. The Aussie dollar does kind of look like it might have already completed three waves, and if it did, it might already be going down. But the Aussie dollar is not going to go down if unless all of them go down. So if they all go up, then this will probably go up again also before it actually goes down. So we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, right now the market is definitely telling us to look for logs for sure. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, I got my Fibonacci retracement on this whole move up from here to here. Maybe this is an A, maybe this is three waves of B, and maybe this is now five waves of C. We're sitting right at the 50%. If it, turns there, breaks up, then definitely I would go long. If it pushes down to the 61% and then breaks up, I would definitely take that as a long also. So I am definitely watching my Fibonacci levels to see if we get a nice little long opportunity at one of these Fibonacci levels. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, back up to the daily time frame. Dollar CAD finally did break up a little bit. I mean, it hasn't broken structure, but it definitely did engulf up. I was kind of expecting this to go up and break structure, and then over the next, week or so, make three-way pullback. Potentially over the next 2 weeks, maybe make some sort of a three-way pullback before it continues back down. Maybe like three waves of B or possibly three waves of two. So let's keep that as our main analysis. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Market flow is up, so we should definitely be looking for logs. So we have our Fibonacci retracement on here because these do act as areas as resistance. As you can see, the 78% definitely has acted as resistance a couple times now. But I bet if you go down to the 15 or 30-minute time frame, this is going to end up being one down for the A, three up for the B, and it's either going to make a higher low for like a running wave C, or it's going to continue down a little bit more and then make a lower low and then continue up like that. So I'm definitely bullish on the dollar CAD. I definitely would be looking for logs on pullbacks. Moving on to the dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. Dollar Swiss has been going up, and that's because of the Swiss weakness, not so much because of the dollar. So if the dollar continues to go up a little bit more, then you would expect this to also continue up a little bit more. Maybe end up looking something like this. Maybe going up to, this high rate here, grab that liquidity before it actually goes down. Just like the dollar CAD, I bet this is either a B or a 2. And, this is either a 1 or an A. And maybe in a week or so, we'll get another push down for a 3 or a C. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm definitely bullish. I mean, maybe this is just a pullback to this last little wave right here. Maybe it's already heading back up. I mean, it really wouldn't surprise me. But we have our Fibonacci retracement on the whole push up, which is definitely five waves, which kind of makes you think that maybe it is going to go down to one of these lower fib levels before it actually goes up, because the market definitely did make five waves. So maybe it will drift down a little bit before it drifts up. But I personally would be mainly focused on longs because you may try to go short and then it goes down and then just shoots up and you end up losing on the short and end up missing on the long. The trend is up based on structure on the daily, and the trend is up based on market flow on the daily. So we should definitely be primarily looking for logs in an uptrend, definitely. Moving on to gold, back down to the 1 hour daily time frame that is. I still think that gold is in an ABC on this time frame. We broke structure to the downside, so now we put our Fibonacci retracement on this whole move right here. I think that we're in the A of B at some point. It doesn't have to be now. It could drift down more, but at some point it'll probably start a pullback for the B, and then probably down again for a C, and then eventually back up for the big wave C to complete an ABC of B, or possibly this is three waves of a W and then three ways of an X. But really, it doesn't matter to me because either way, it's basically the same exact thing. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, last night in my PM video, I had my Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and I said, watch those fib levels. Price made one, two, three waves up to the 38%, and then bam, down it went. Nice little move. Now, I personally would still be looking for nothing but shorts in a downtrend. I would not be going long right now, and I definitely wouldn't be going short right now near this double bottom. So really, for me, the only strategy would be to wait for another pullback in order to go short. Now, I know a lot of people that trade gold are probably trading the extremely short time frame, so maybe their, perspective is a little different than mine because I don't even look at anything below the 30-minute, but I even if it goes back up, I would definitely still be, watching these Fibonacci levels for more shorts. So I am definitely still very bearish on gold. I think that we're in a wave A. And if you know, went short here, went short here, went short there, went short over the last, week and a half or so, you'd be doing pretty good. And so far, the market is still telling you to look for shorts. So why do anything but look for shorts on pullbacks? Moving on to the dollar yen. Dollar yen is definitely pushing up pretty well, as you can see. I've been talking about this for a while now, that this is potentially going to go up to here, because that is a Fibonacci level on the weekly time frame that has still not been hit. I think this is potentially the end of like an ABCDE triangle type thing, and I think this is on the daily. It's going to keep on drifting up like that. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, unfortunately, this is another one of those examples where, I mean, there was a beautiful trade right here. There was probably a trade right there. There was a trade down here. There was a trade there. There was a little bit of a trade there. Then here, here, here. Right now, there's no trade. I definitely wouldn't be going short when the weekly is up and the daily is up. And I definitely wouldn't be going long right near a double top. So really, the only strategy for me is to be waiting for pullbacks in order to go long. My mentor used to say this all the time to us, which is that sometimes the only strategy is to either already be in a trade waiting for an exit, or the strategy is to be patiently waiting for pullbacks in order to get in. There's not always going to be a trade every minute unless maybe you're a scalper, and yeah, that's a pretty hard life in my opinion. So anyways, moving on to the euro yen, back down to the daily. So the yield again, I mean, technically the market flow is still down, but with this big spike right here, I wouldn't be surprised if it did turn out to be an engulfing candle up. I mean, there's still not a whole lot of proof that this wave B is over. And it is definitely kind of respecting this 23% fib. So, I mean, it could end up going back up. Technically, the market is telling us to look for shorts. So what I would do is I would go down to the 1 hour time frame, and if price breaks this high, then I would become bullish. If price doesn't break this high, then I would still be bearish. It's holding at the 78%, so if it does go down, if it does break, I would definitely take it as a short. If it doesn't do that, but instead goes up and breaks the high, then I would patiently wait for a pullback in order to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. So definitely, I mean, there's a couple different possibilities here, but if you wait for either to break a structure or you wait for a break to the downside, you wait for a break of structure to the upside, then a pullback in order to go long, or you wait for a break to the downside in order to go short, then you should be all set. Moving on to the pound yen, this is actually a trade that I'm already in, and this is a trade that I shared with my members at the exact time of entry. My next big area of resistance on the pound yen is around the 216.15 area, but honestly, it doesn't have to stop there. It could definitely go up to the 216.8 if it wants to. Definitely, the market is telling us to look for longs. The weekly is up and the daily is definitely up. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said, this is a trade I took already today because of the 38% fib bounce. Maybe it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It definitely has that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 look to it. So maybe it just goes up and grabs these highs, grabs this Fibonacci level, and then turns back down. Or maybe it just keeps on making higher highs, higher lows on the higher time frames. Like I said, this is another instance where if you're not already long, then you kind of got to be waiting for a pullback in order to get long. So, anyways, if you want to follow along with all my trades, definitely check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, and it'll get you access to a great trading community on Discord and following along with all my trades. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.